Get up on a wubble, buzz into a bubble, wobble on the double, and take your face to a wubbulous place. Scuddle on a shuttle, waddle in a puddle, through the middle of the muddle, and dance your feet down a wubbulous street. Flip, float, flop and drop, bottoms up, down to the top. Insides, outsides, here and gone. When you get to the end, you go on and on. Scuttle and shuttle, waddle in a puddle, through the middle of the muddle, and dance your feet down the wubbulous street.
Hello, anyone out there?
Get up on a wobble, buzz into a bubble.
Yeah! Tighten up, get loose.
In the wubbulous world, in the wubbulous world of Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Greetings. Well, jumping for joy sounds delightful, and so I'm ready to go. Look out below. Oh, hey, this is my Uncle Lou. Yeah, he's one of my more generous relatives. You know, he left me this 15-story high portrait of himself. Handsome rogue, isn't he? Yeah. From the tip of his toes to the top of his hat. You expect great things from a cat such as that. Pretty good, huh? But sometimes, you know, appearances may be deceiving. I'm certain by now you've all heard before of deeds of great men and great women of yore. What, you don't believe me? Well, Binkham, Tamino, McDoyal III would. Hey, let's meet him. Oh, here he is now. And by the way, everyone calls him Binky. You're it.
Yeah. No.
Run the base, run. Safe. Yes, we beat you again, Binky.
Wasn't playing.
Oh, that was fun.
It sure was.
Yeah.
It's too bad that Norvel couldn't join us in the game.
Yeah. Even Poochie, my pet Poochel. Pet Poodle could play with us.
Oh, here he is. Hi, boy. Oh, yeah. You know something? Norvel's a boring pet, Binky.
Oh, Xander's right, Binky. When we played hide and seek, Norvel couldn't even hide.
It's true. I mean, what a crummy fish. He can't do anything.
Oh, in the words of Hopwood of the Piscean Galaxy, there is much more to Norvel than meets the eye. Much, much more.
Oh, yeah? Name one thing.
All right, I will. For one thing, he loves to read.
How do you know?
He told me.
He told you?
Mm-hmm.
We don't think so. Fish can't talk.
Are you sure?
We think we are.
Norvel is not just any talking fish. Can you two keep a secret?
We think so, yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't tell this story to just anybody, but I think I can trust you guys. Cool. If there's one day on Earth I will never forget, it's the day on which Norvel and I first met.
Was it in a pet store?
Quiet, Mandy. Let Binky tell the story, all right?
An old country lanes where our adventures begin. He was standing there, gesturing with his free fin. Whoa! If I didn't know better, I'd say that fish was hitchhiking.
As a matter of fact, that's precisely what I'm doing.
You are amazing.
Actually, I'm Norvel. Who are you?
Oh, Binkham, Tamino, McDoyal III, but everybody calls me Binky.
Almost everybody. Young Binkham. Now, why am I so amazing?
I've never met a goldfish who could talk so well. Actually, I've never met a fish who could talk.
You should travel in different circles. I am an avid reader, a friend of the library. If a creature has something to say, he should say it.
Well, I can't argue with that. When a fish tells me he can talk, I believe him.
I should like to propose that we join forces.
Oh, sure.
Then off we go, for adventure awaits.
Adventure awaits. It waits for us, my friend. Adventure awaits around the very next bend. In a blink, in a flash, in a tick of time or two, adventure awaits. It's waiting for you. Come along, young
The outcome is up to the fates.
So swash your buckle and buckle your swash.
It's all for what, by golly, by gosh, adventure awaits. Adventure awaits. Adventure awaits.
Adventure awaits. It waits for us, my friend. Adventure awaits around the very next bend. In a blink, in a flash, in a tick of time or two, adventure awaits. It's waiting for you. That's the spirit, everyone.
Adventure awaits. It waits for us, my friend. Adventure awaits around the very next bend. In a blink, in a flash, in a tick of time or two,
Adventure awaits. It's waiting for me. Very good, young Binkham.
Look, come on, you're making this up. It really can't be. I mean, Norvel talking? Nuh-uh, no siree.
I've never heard Norval talk.
Yeah.
But can he really sing?
Oh, man.
Folk songs or opera, whatever your choice.
Folk songs, folk songs, folk
Just
songs.
stop. Well, he's got a sore throat, so he's resting his voice.
That is an amazing story, Binky.
Mm-hmm. And that's just the overture.
Really?
What happened next?
Well, as we were walking with nary a care, I heard a strange rumbling sound from who knows where. What's that noise?
What's what noise?
That strange rumbling sound from who knows where.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it.
You wouldn't?
No, young Binkham. Not unless it starts getting any louder.
It's getting louder. I'm out of here.
I suppose I should reveal all. Have you ever heard of the mystic ring of Malamading?
Oh, the mystic ring of Malamading?
9 years ago, on a secret diplomatic mission, I had the occasion to swallow it.
You swallowed the mystic ring of Malamading.
Inadvertently, of course.
Oh, of course.
Its disappearance was in all the papers. Well, the scurvy camelback brigands of Taboo suspected the truth.
Oh, the scurvy camelback brigands of Taboo.
The camelback brigands of far-off Taboo. They're scary and scurvy and, yes, nervy too.
Well, how many are there?
How many, my word? There are 333 and a third.
333 and a third.
That's how many brigands there are in a herd.
Wow.
And they want the mystic ring, which, unfortunately, is inside me.
Run for your lives!
What is that noise?
The triple-humped clumpers of Zalamadu, ridden by brigands.
Far off, Taboo!
True, each clumper foot measures 12 feet around, and the closer they get, the louder they sound.
Head for the hills.
Should strongly consider departing. What say, young Binkham?
Yeah, let's go.
Then to the ocean and quickly make a left at Pier 37 and head up the gangplank. The good old HMS Mantelpiece.
Hail me! Mizzen master Hammerschlag, hoisting the mainsail, hoisting on the gunwale, in the forecastle, in the hull, in the up the scuppers, and shiver me bunions, limburger and rye, and hold the onion.
Here be your sandwich, sir.
What took you so long, sailor? I don't recall requesting a little umbrella and top me sandwich, Mr. Doily. Tart!
That be compliments of the chef, sir.
Yay, oh, that's very... Oh! Ready to set sail, Captain Norvel.
Huh? Excellent, Murgatroyd. Those scurvy old brigands of far-off Taboo are after the mystic ring.
A mystic ring of Malamadine?
The very ring? Quite true.
Ooh!
So full speed ahead.
Crew, you heard the captain. Full speed ahead.
Aye, aye, sir.
Norval, you're the ship's captain?
Yes, young Binkham. I command a right good crew.
Thanks for the kind compliment, Captain.
You're welcome, lads and lassies. Oh, and excellent unison, by the way.
Thank you, Captain.
But, Norval, how did you, a goldfish, become the captain of a ship?
It's a long story, young Binkham, and frankly, I could think of more appropriate questions at a time like this. Like, how can we avoid getting hit by deadly cannonballs?
Whoa, we'd better act fast.
I believe I've just come up with a plan. Mr. Murgatroyd,
Captain, sir.
send for the ship's blacksmith at once.
Aye, aye, Captain, sir.
The HMS Mantelpiece carries a blacksmith on board?
Always be prepared, young Binkham, for any eventuality. Finnegan, you look as soggy as a barnacle in April.
I thank ye, Captain.
What I mean is, we don't want you catching cold.
Ah.
Warm up in the private hot tub, and then get a new suit of clothing from the wardrobe mistress.
Aye, Captain.
Discipline, young Binkham. Discipline! That's what keeps a ship running smoothly. Now, to take care of those annoying cannonballs. 10 degrees starboard and holding her steady. Now my cannonball boomerang is aimed and ready.
Good luck, Captain Norval.
Bullseye! Another triumph for expert engineering.
You mean?
We've just destroyed their cannon with their own cannonball.
I love our good captain. He's true and he's brave. Our jobs and our ships and our lives he did save. Hooray for Captain Norvel! Hooray!
Captain, sir! You saved the day, Captain Norvel, sir! The crew is preparing a victory party in the rumpus room, sir!
All in a day's work, Murgatroyd. They're still gaining on us, however.
What should we do, Captain?
There's only one thing left to do. Sail nor by nor'west. Do it now.
Do it now! But there's a nor by nor'westerly off the port bow, sir!
Sail into it.
Into the storm?
They'd be fools to follow us, wouldn't they? And besides, one should never underestimate the HMS Mantelpiece.
Sir?
I'll try to put it simply, Murgatroyd.
Thank you, sir.
As opposed to the ship poised to oppose us, the shape of this ship is so sharp in ship-shape, we'll surely emerge in ship-shape, sharp-shape. Shipwise, that is.
Sure. No! Aye, aye, sir. Full blast! Into the blast, boys! Right.
Young Binkham, I'd better soothe the crew with a calming melody. Hand me my ukulele. Adventure awaits. It awaits for us, my friend. Adventure awaits around the very next bend.
What happened next?
Well, when the storm was over and we washed ashore on the Isle of Hungo Tongo, there was no sign of the scurvy camelback brigands of Taboo.
Hey,
wait a minute.
I thought you said that Norval said the ship was ship-shaped.
Yeah, Binky, you aren't making any of this up, are you? Huh?
Yeah, are ya?
No. From the buffeting storm, the ship kept us protected. But that comet from space was most unexpected.
Comet from space?
Broke the ship into pieces. Whoa! It splintered the mantelpiece every which way. And we all washed ashore on Hongotango Bay. Norval, are you all right?
I'm perfectly fine, Binkham, as is the crew. Pesky comet that. But pray tell, how are you?
Well, a little wet. That was some swim.
Wetness never bothers me.
So I see.
I took the liberty of constructing a fort for the crew so they could rest. In the meantime, I've been foraging for food and observing the local fauna.
Well, the local fauna seems friendly enough.
I should say so. Why, even those fierce-looking creatures holding those spears appear to be basically amiable.
Even those fierce-looking creatures holding those spears. What?
Ah, behold, little cats, your ancestors bold, who lived long ago in great days of old. Of course, the family resemblance didn't always come through.
He's got your eyes.
Yeah. back to our story, being told by young Binkham Tamino McDoyal III.
Oh,
Can we call him Binky?
Sure, everybody does.
Norval, do something. Say something.
Wickershams all, I'm delighted to say. How lovely to see you this glorious day.
What are they doing?
It seems immodest to say, but in these parts, I'm known as, well, as Norvel the Great. And it may be a trifle indelicate to mention, but I'm also known hereabouts as Norvel, Lord of the Wickersham. At ease, my hirsute subjects. Allow me, young Binkham, to demonstrate one of the benefits of my position. Norvel needs me down at the bay. I must leave now.
Norval! Vamos!
My jungle friends, I've returned to you all. Many merry memories shall we recall. But first, some music.
Oh, yeah! Like a busy bee, you're busy. There's so much to do. You're feeling dizzy. You work and play all night and day just to grab a share that's fair. The night's gonna bring what the night's gonna bring. Hey, it's a jungle out there. Uh-huh.
It's a jungle.
Let's hear it again. Oh, yeah.
Wildness everywhere.
Roar.
It's a jungle out there.
Nice.
The night's gonna bring what the night's gonna bring.
Hey, it's a jungle out there.
It's a jungle.
Roar. Oh, yeah.
Wildness everywhere.
One more time.
It's a jungle out there.
I said, it's a jungle out there.
Jungle life was filled with ease. Your days spent doing whatever you please. But I found that paradise couldn't last when something sailed in from out of the past.
Incoming vessels!
Are they hostile?
Not the vessels per se, young Binkham.
You mean it's
Yes, all 333 and a third of them.
the camelback brigands of far off Taboo?
Sometimes I'm sorry I swallowed that mystic ring of Malamadine.
Norval, what do we do now?
With the clumpers of brigands making that sound, we must head straight away to discover high ground.
You mean
Yes, young Binkham. Head for the hills!
okay?
Come on, let's go! Faster! They're gaining us! Come on, Binkham! Well, here we are.
But where are we?
The very tip-top of mighty Mount Telego, the highest peak of the Norvalian archipelago.
Wow.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, nothing can go wrong now.
Whoa! Whoa!
I so dislike being very much mistaken.
Oh, we're on a volcano!
Oh.
And it looks like it's about to... Oh, it's about to...
What happened next, Binky? Yeah, were you blown back here?
Is that how you got that scruff on your knee?
Was it hot?
Did you and Norvel die?
Duh.
Where did you land, man?
Never did land.
Never did land?
That's impossible.
When you're in the company of Norvel the Great. Nothing's impossible.
Oh.
We flew through the air past the smoke and the fire, and we just kept on going. Higher and higher and higher and higher.
We extend our greetings, and in all my years of traveling the galaxy, Hopwood, I've never seen anything like this odd little creature and his friend.
Fascinating, Captain Zauber.
Yes, take over here, number one, while I report this astonishing discovery on the bridge.
Yes, Captain.
Now let's keep an eye out, shall we?
So, strictly for informational purposes, do you creatures shed your own skin? Or are we going to have to do it for you?
What? Norval, to do something.
As long as I have gills to filter my last bit of oxygen, there shall be no filleting of young Binkham or myself.
Hey, you! Yes, you! Who dare speak harshly to my number one?
I do.
And who are you?
They call me Norval.
Not Norvel the Great.
What?
Hopwood.
I gather my reputation has preceded me.
Yes, you see, we have learned of your heroic exploits from previously captured Wickersham's Almighty One.
This is indeed a great day for the entire Piscean galaxy.
And our descendants.
Hurrah!
Hurrah!
It's a jungle.
Right. Wildness everywhere.
Fascinating, Captain. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there.
So the Pisceans danced all over the place as their starship soared through outer space.
But weren't your parents worried when you were gone so long?
Well, not really. You see, the Piscean space creatures beamed us to Earth through a space-time warp, so we were only gone a few minutes.
Yeah, it sounds logical to me, Mandy.
Yeah, but whatever happened to the missing mystic ring of Malamading?
Yeah. Whatever happened to the scurvy camelback brigands of Taboo?
Yeah, all 333.
You can do it.
333. The whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Are they still looking for you in Norvel?
Mandy, Xander, time for spitz poppin'.
Oh, no. Dinner.
Already. Well, hey, we gotta go, Binky.
Yeah.
Come on, it's gonna get
See
cold.
ya.
Well, I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I guess I exaggerated some of that stuff, huh? Oh, Norval, how's your sore throat? The mystic ring of Malamading.
You should put it like.
You're right, Norval. We should put this in a safe place. Uh-oh. I think I know what that sound is, Norval. Oh, what should we do? Of course! The Palace of Sarastro, the bird people of Papageno, will fly us to safety. Oh, off we go, Norval. Adventure awaits!
Okay, I'm coming. All right, good.
It's right this way.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that interesting and sweet? They went in. Whoa, hey. Oh, that's nice. You fellas really shouldn't have, huh?
That isn't you.
Huh?
It's Uncle Lou.
And Uncle Lou. And Uncle Lou.
Don't tell me an Uncle Lou.
Him too.